Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel, Sophisticated Fitness, where we utilize science to improve health. Now, in today's video, I will be explaining what high blood pressure is, the causes of high blood pressure, and how to properly treat high blood pressure without medications. All right, now what is high blood pressure, otherwise known as hypertension? High blood pressure is when the force of blood exerted against your arterial walls are high. Now, over time, this can lead to many physiological disturbances, organ damage, as well as damage to the integrity of your arteries. Now, there are two components to a blood pressure reading. You have systolic and you have diastolic. Your systolic pressure represents the pressure in your arteries during ventricular ejection. The diastolic pressure represents the pressure in your arteries during ventricular filling. Now, what is ventricular filling and what is ventricular ejection? Ventricular filling is when your ventricles fill with blood. Now, it takes time for your ventricles to fill with blood, which is why your diastolic pressure represents ventricular filling because of the time it takes for your ventricles to fill with blood. Now, your systolic pressure represents ventricular ejection. Right before or right after the ventricles fill with blood, the ventricles eject blood out of the heart through the valves, through your aortic valve specifically, and to the general circulatory system to provide oxygenated blood to your organs and tissues. Now, a good blood pressure reading is 120 over 80. Anything over 120 or anything over 80 is an indication that you have high blood pressure or on the road to high blood pressure. Now, what causes high blood pressure? There are many causes to high blood pressure, but there tends to be a commonality in people who have high blood pressure. And the common thing I see in people with high blood pressure is they do drugs. So whether or not it's cigarettes or alcohol, or they're inactive, they don't work out much, they have a bad diet, they're overweight. I would say genetics, but genetics plays a minimal role in high blood pressure because your lifestyle factors outweigh or have a huger influence on your health than genetics. So those are the top four common things I tend to see in people with high blood pressure. Okay, what actions can you start doing today that will lead to the improvement of your blood pressure? Well, we have to start with processed foods. You have to eat a clean diet, whole foods. Processed foods are devoid of any nutrients that the body can utilize to sustain itself. So this makes processed food a slow poison, especially if consumed in excess. So the first thing you start doing today, cutting out the processed foods because it's killing you. It's slowly killing you. Second, exercise. I had to mention exercise. Exercise improves blood flow to organs and tissues. When blood is effectively transported to organs and tissues, this will cause the organs to function effectively or optimally. Exercise definitely benefits the brain because the brain is constantly working, even when you're asleep. So oxygen is effectively transported to the brain. The brain can use the oxygen to create energy to sustain itself. So keep this in mind. Not only does exercise help you lose weight, but it also improves the functioning of your organs. Third, stress. There are many studies that have proven that stress decreases life expectancy, and it also causes cancer. And one of the ways that stress destroys the body is the release of cortisol. Cortisol is a stress hormone, and it helps you evade or flee dangerous situations. How does it do this? By increasing the functioning of your organs. It increases heart rate, it increases blood pressure. but that it's cortisol is warranted in dangerous situations, so that's okay. But whenever cortisol is secreted in the blood, whenever when you're not experiencing any dangerous situation, that's when it can be detrimental to your health. The last one is cutting out drugs. You have to cut out the alcohol. You have to cut out the cigarettes because these are substances that slowly poison you. Obviously, I'm sure you know about cigarettes, the detrimental effects of cigarettes. But alcohol, there's a compound known as acetaldehyde. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but it's a byproduct of alcohol metabolism. So the liver breaks down alcohol into simpler components to less lethal components, and acetaldehyde is created from alcohol metabolism. Uh, and acetaldehyde has been proven to be a carcinogenic or a carcinogen, meaning it produces cancer. So you have to limit the drugs. You have to, alcohol included. All right, if you found that video informative, click the like button, subscribe, and please share my video. And if you're a woman above the age of 40 that's looking for a simple and effective health plan to follow from the comfort of your own home, contact me via my email and my Instagram below. All right, guys, stay healthy.